Warriors. Every morning you face a choice that shapes the next 24 hours of your life. Most drift through this moment, unaware of their power. They grab their phone, letting the world dictate their mood. Yet, a timeless secret separates those who thrive from those who merely survive. That secret unfolds in the first fleeting minutes after you wake. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor, wrote in his private journal, "When you rise, remind yourself that today's people will be difficult, ungrateful, arrogant, deceitful, envious, and harsh." Instead of despair, he used this truth to forge mental strength, not surrender. Your mind is most malleable in those precious morning moments. Neuroscience confirms your first thoughts. Rewire neural pathways, setting your day's automatic response. Yet, most squander this golden window, scrolling social media, absorbing others' chaos, or diving into stress. The Stoics uncovered a revolutionary truth. You can program your mind for success, peace, and unshakable confidence by declaring 10 specific truths to yourself each morning. These aren't empty affirmations or wishful thinking. They're grounded declarations, aligning your mind with the world's realities. Imagine waking tomorrow, eager for what lies ahead, undaunted by challenges. Picture facing criticism, failure, or uncertainty with a calm that makes others wonder what you know that they don't. The ancient Greeks called this ataraxia, unshakable tranquility. This is a state of absolute peace with yourself and your place in the world, no matter the storms. It's not innate, it's built. Morning by morning, in the minutes ahead, you'll learn the words that empowered generals to win battles, entrepreneurs to build empires, and ordinary men to become extraordinary. Each phrase targets a specific weakness that traps men: fear, comparison, distraction, emotional reactivity, and procrastination. These principles, tested through 2,000 years of wars, from ancient Rome to world conflicts, remain potent in your life today. The only question is whether you have the discipline to wield them. Before we begin this transformation, take action. Hit the like button to signal you're ready to master your mornings. Comment with the biggest morning struggle you face. Share this with someone who needs this wisdom. And don't forget to subscribe, because we're forging a legion of men who refuse to let life happen to them. Stay with this video, every part builds on the last. If this resonates, comment to anchor it in your heart. I control my mornings. I control my day. The first truth. 88. I own my emotions today. The moment you take full responsibility for your emotional state, everything shifts. This isn't about blaming yourself for bad luck. It's about claiming the power to choose how you face life's challenges. Viktor Frankl, a Holocaust survivor and psychiatrist, found this truth in the darkest circumstances. He wrote, "Everything can be taken from a man but one thing: his freedom to choose his attitude in any situation. If a man could maintain emotional control in a concentration camp, you can do it in your daily battles." Most live as emotional victims, their mood swayed by traffic, weather, others' actions, or their bank balance. They wake and instantly check their phones, letting notifications decide if they'll feel strong or defeated. This is emotional slavery, the root of why so many feel powerless. When you declare, "I own my emotions today," you proclaim independence. asserting that your happiness, peace, and confidence aren't for sale to the highest bidder. You own the one thing. No one can steal how you respond to life's events. This doesn't mean you never feel anger, frustration, or sorrow. It means you see these emotions as fleeting visitors, not permanent residents. You know that while you can't control what happens to you, you command what happens within you. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus taught that we don't suffer from events, but from how we judge them. Change your judgment. Change your pain. This morning, affirmation rewires your brain, stopping the search for emotional stability outside and building it from within. Begin each day by placing your hand on your chest and speaking with conviction. I own my emotions today. My feelings are my choice. My peace is my decision. Today, I choose strength over weakness, clarity over confusion, and hope over fear. Watch what happens when you stop being a victim of circumstance and become the architect of your emotional experience. You'll discover a freedom most men never know. Second, nothing can disturb my peace without my consent. Your mind is a fortress, and you are its gatekeeper. Each morning, you decide who and what enters your soul's sacred space. Most leave their gates wide open, letting criticism, anxiety, and negativity flood in unchecked. They take up residence, cluttering your mind. Marcus Aurelius wrote in his Meditations, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." He knew true power isn't controlling what happens around you, but mastering what happens within. When you declare, "Nothing can disturb my peace without my consent," you set a boundary for your inner world. You're stating that your serenity isn't a public playground for chaos. You become the guardian of your mind's security. This doesn't mean you become numb or detached from emotions. It means you cultivate what the Stoics called the discipline of desire, the ability to hold your soul steady amid external storms. You can acknowledge a hurtful comment without letting it define your day. You can face failure without it shattering your confidence. The secret lies in the pause between what happens to you and how you respond. There's a sacred moment, a split second where you have the power to choose. Most react so fast they miss it. But when you train yourself to find that pause, you unlock your superpower. Each morning, stand before a mirror and say, firmly, "Nothing can disturb my peace without my consent. I am the guardian of my inner world. Today, I choose who and what enters my mind. My peace is not for sale, rent, or negotiation." Observe how you navigate life when you realize your tranquility is fully in your hands. You stand firm, not because bad things don't happen, but because you've learned to protect what matters most. I want you to leave this affirmation in the comments. I am the guardian of my own peace. Third, today I focus only on what I can control. The fastest path to madness is trying to control what's beyond your reach. Yet, millions waste mental energy fretting over others' opinions. The weather, the economy, politics, and countless things they can't change. Epictetus taught a core Stoic principle. Some things are within our control, and some are not. He divided the world into two realms, what you can control and what you cannot. Mastering this distinction is mastering your life. What do you truly control? Your effort, attitude, words, actions, reactions, and decisions. That's it. Everything else, others' behavior, the past, the future, natural disasters, market crashes. Your boss's mood is entirely beyond your influence. Most men get this wrong. They spend 80% of their mental energy on what's uncontrollable, neglecting what they can change. They worry about next month's possibilities while ignoring today's opportunities. They stress over others' thoughts instead of shaping who they want to be. When you wake and declare, "Today I focus only on what I can control," you make a strategic choice to invest your precious mental resources where they can make a difference. You choose efficiency over worry, action over rumination, impact over helplessness. The ancient Stoics practiced a powerful exercise called the circle of control. Picture your life in 3 circles: what you fully control, what you partially influence, and what you can't control at all. Your task is to devote 90% of your attention to the first circle, 10% to the second, and none to the third. Practicing this each morning changes everything. Instead of waking overwhelmed by the world's wrongs, you rise, energized by what you can set right within your sphere of influence. No longer powerless, you're focused. Instead of scattered anxiety, you experience laser-sharp clarity. Stand tall, look into your own eyes, and speak with resolve. Today I focus only on what I can control. I won't waste energy on what's beyond my power. My attention is for my actions, efforts, and responses. That's where my strength resides. 4th, my worth is not measured by today's outcomes. Your value as a man has nothing to do with whether you get that promotion, win that argument, or have a flawless day. Yet, most tie their self-worth to daily performance, riding an emotional roller coaster that never stops. High when things go well, crashing when they don't. Seneca, advisor to emperors, and one of Rome's wealthiest men, learned this the hard way. Exiled by Caligula and later forced to take his own life under Nero, he realized external achievements are fleeting, but inner worth is eternal. He wrote, "Every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end." Your worth transcends any single outcome. Society programs us to measure our value by productivity, bank accounts, relationships, or accolades. We wake thinking we must prove our worth by what we accomplish before bed. This is exhausting and ultimately destructive, tying self-esteem to things beyond or only partly in our control. When you declare, "My worth is not measured by today's outcomes," you break free from the achievement trap. You affirm that your value is inherent, not earned. You existed before today's challenges and will endure beyond today's wins or losses. Your human essence cannot be compromised by fleeting circumstances. This doesn't mean you stop striving or caring about results. It means you separate your effort from your identity. You can pursue excellence without tying your self-respect to whether you succeed. You can be disappointed by poor outcomes without being devastated. You can celebrate wins without needing them to feel worthy. The ancient Stoics understood true confidence comes from knowing who you are at your core, regardless of external events. They called it preferred indifference, valuing outcomes, but not letting them define your worth. A job is desirable, but unemployment doesn't make you less valuable. Each morning, remind yourself of this liberating truth. My worth is not measured by today's outcomes. I am valuable because I exist, not because of what I achieve. Today, I'll give my all while knowing my worth isn't on trial, success or failure. I am worthy of love, respect, and dignity. 5th, I will act, not merely intend. The gap between good intentions and real action is where most dreams die. Every morning, millions wake with grand plans to start a business, reconnect with friends, exercise, or write that book. But by night, they've only thought about doing it. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself each morning, when you rise reluctantly, let this thought be present: I am rising to the work of a human being. He knew intentions without action are just sophisticated procrastination. The difference between the successful and the rest isn't talent, luck, or circumstances. It's the ability to close the gap between thought and deed. While most obsess over perfecting plans, the successful focus on perfecting execution. While many wait for the right moment, the successful create it through action. When you declare, I will act, not merely intend, you commit to being a man of deeds, not just plans. You choose to be the man who does imperfect work rather than the one who plans perfectly but never starts. Stoicism rests on a simple premise: virtue is action. Knowing what's right isn't enough. You must do what's right. Understanding wisdom isn't enough. You must live it. Knowledge without action is mere entertainment. This morning, declaration creates what psychologists call implementation intention, a specific plan linking your goals to behavior. Instead of saying, I want to exercise, say, I will act toward my health goals. Instead of, I should call my parents, say, I will act on my commitment to family. The moment you shift from intention to action, everything changes. You stop being a spectator in your life and become its protagonist. You cease waiting for permission and start creating opportunities. You stop hoping things get better and start making them better. Stand now and make this vow: I will act, not merely intend. Today, I choose action over analysis, progress over perfection, doing over dreaming. My intentions are worthless without action. Today, I act. 6th, every challenge is a chance to grow stronger. Fire melts butter but tempers steel. Each morning, you choose what you'll become when life heats up. Most see hardship as punishment, but the wise see it as a gym for building character and strength. James Stockdale, a U.S. Navy admiral who endured 7 years of torture as a POW in Vietnam, credited Stoicism for his survival. He said, "You must never confuse faith that you will prevail in the end, which you can never lose, with the discipline to confront the brutal facts of your reality." He knew challenges don't break you, they reveal and refine you. Right now, you're facing something tough, maybe financial strain, a strained relationship, health issues, or career uncertainty. Your instinct might be to wish these problems away, blame, bad luck, or pity yourself. But what if these challenges aren't happening to you, but for you? The Stoics saw adversity as training designed by fate to shape your character. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." Every obstacle holds the seed of opportunity if you choose to see it. When you affirm, every challenge is a chance to grow stronger, you transform how you view hardship. You're no longer a victim of circumstance, but a student of life. You stop asking why this is happening to you and start asking what life is teaching you. This doesn't mean you seek suffering or enjoy trouble. It means struggle is the price of growth, and growth is the price of a meaningful life. Muscles only strengthen against resistance. Character only grows through challenges. Each morning, ready your mind for what the day brings. Every challenge is a chance to grow stronger. I embrace hardship as training for my character. Today's obstacles are tomorrow's strength. I don't pray for an easier life. I pray to be a tougher man. 7th, I won't compare my journey to anyone else's. Comparison steals joy and destroys progress, confidence, and true success. Every morning, millions wake and measure their lives against curated social media highlights, forgetting they're pitting their raw reality against someone else's staged performance. Epictetus taught that the man who avoids the most trouble is the one who ignores what his neighbor says or does, focusing only on his own actions. He knew your only real rival is yesterday's version of yourself. Social media has turned comparison into an endless addiction. You see someone's vacation photos and suddenly feel your life is dull. You read about a promotion and think your career is stuck. You scroll through love posts and question your relationships, but you don't see their struggles, fears, failures, or privado. When you vow, I won't compare my journey to anyone else's, you choose to run your own race at your own pace, toward your own finish line. You refuse to let others' timelines or achievements define your worth. You recognize everyone has unique starting points, resources, challenges, and definitions of success. Your journey is yours alone because you are unique. Your past, strengths, struggles, dreams, and circumstances belong to you alone. Trying to live another's path is like wearing their shoes shiny on the outside, but they'll never fit and will only cause pain. The most successful and fulfilled men define their own success. They stop trying to impress people they don't respect with achievements that don't matter to them. They celebrate others' wins without diminishing their own and value their progress without needing external validation. This morning, commit to living true to yourself. I won't compare my journey to anyone else's. My path is unique. My timing is perfect. And my progress matters. Today, I honor others' successes without questioning my worth. I am exactly where I need to be on my singular journey. 8th, I choose discipline over motivation. Motivation is like the weather, unpredictable, fleeting, and beyond your control. Some days you wake ready to conquer the world. Others, you struggle to leave bed. But discipline is like breathing. It works whether you feel like it or not. Marcus Cato, the Younger, a Roman general and Stoic, was known for unyielding resolve. Even in freezing winters, he walked Rome's streets barefoot to temper his will. He knew comfort is the enemy of greatness, and discipline is the bridge to goals and achievements. He proved you don't need to feel motivated to act. You just need discipline. Most men wait for motivation to strike like lightning, believing they must feel inspired, energized, or excited to move forward. So they wait endlessly, wondering why they're not progressing. Meanwhile, disciplined men build empires while the unmotivated pile up excuses. When you affirm, I choose discipline over motivation, you declare independence from your emotions, vowing that your actions won't be dictated by how you feel. You choose to be the man who does what's needed, whether you want to or not. Discipline is a muscle, and like any muscle, it grows stronger with use. Every time you choose discipline over comfort, you fortify your character. Each time you act despite reluctance, you prove to yourself you're reliable, keeping promises to yourself. The Stoics called this the discipline of action, doing what virtue demands, no matter how hard, boring, or inconvenient. They knew motivation comes and goes, but discipline drives the consistent action that builds an extraordinary life. Think of the most successful man you know. I guarantee he's not more motivated than you. He's just more disciplined. He's learned to untether actions from emotions and align behavior with values. This morning, make this ironclad vow: I choose discipline over motivation. I act on my commitments, not my feelings. Today, I do what I promised, no matter my mood. Discipline is my superpower. Leave this affirmation in the comments. Discipline shapes my destiny. 9th, gratitude will shape how I see this day. Your perspective is your reality, and gratitude is the lens that turns ordinary moments into profound blessings. Each morning, you choose to focus on what's missing or what you have. One path leads to misery, the other to fulfillment. Seneca said, "It's not that we live too briefly, but that we waste too much time." He knew gratitude isn't ignoring hardship, it's seeing the miracles alongside it. Right now, as you hear this, your heart beats without your effort. Your lungs breathe without your command. You have clean water, a roof overhead, and access to technology that a century ago would have seemed magical. Yet, most mornings, we fixate on what we lack. When you declare, "Gratitude will shape how I see this day," you train your brain to notice abundance over scarcity. Neuroscience proves gratitude rewires your mind, forging new neural pathways that make you naturally more optimistic, resilient, and content. Gratitude isn't pretending everything's perfect or ignoring real problems. It's about maintaining perspective. Even the worst days hold things worth cherishing. Happiness isn't having everything you want, it's valuing everything you have. The Stoics practiced a technique called negative visualization, imagining losing what they had to deepen their appreciation. They reflected on losing health, loved ones, or possessions, not to be pessimistic, but to cherish what they enjoyed. This morning, habit will transform your day. Instead of waking with a burdened mind, you rise with a grateful heart. Instead of feeling deprived, you feel abundant. Instead of seeing obstacles, you see opportunities to grow. Gratitude will shape this day. I will notice the good around me. Today, I choose abundance over lack, appreciation over complaints, and wonder over worry. A grateful heart builds my fulfilled life. 10th, I will end this day better than I began. Every dawn offers you a contract. Invest this day wisely, and you'll go to bed wiser, stronger, and closer to the man you're meant to be. This isn't about massive breakthroughs every day. It's about the compounding power of small, steady improvements that turn ordinary days into an extraordinary life. Seneca had a nightly ritual. He reviewed his day, asking, "What wounds did I heal? What bad habits did I curb? Where can I improve?" He knew the goal wasn't perfection, but progress. He understood that improving just 1% daily creates staggering change over time. When you commit to ending the day better than you began, you turn each day into a masterclass in self-growth. You wake as version 1.0 of yourself and sleep as version 1.e. It seems small, But mathematically, a 1% daily improvement makes you 37 times better by year's end. This mindset shifts how you approach everything. A tough conversation becomes a chance to practice courage. A mistake becomes data for better decisions. A frustrating delay becomes a lesson in patience. Every experience becomes raw material for growth, not just something that happens to you. The beauty of this approach is that it makes failure impossible. Even a bad day can end better if you learn from its mistakes. Even when you err, you grow by extracting wisdom from it. Even if you miss your goals, you improve by refining tomorrow's approach. This isn't about pressuring yourself or demanding perfection. It's about owning your growth, recognizing each day as a gift not to be wasted. When you consistently end each day better than it started, you build momentum toward the life you truly want. The man you'll become depends on the choices you make today. Make them count. These 10 morning affirmations aren't just words, they're a blueprint for an unshakable life. By starting each day, owning your experience, guarding your inner peace, focusing on what you control, embracing your inherent worth, choosing action over intent, welcoming challenges, avoiding comparison, prioritizing discipline, practicing gratitude, and committing to daily growth, you shift from reacting to life to creating it. The ancient Stoics grasped what many modern self-help methods miss. True strength isn't positive thinking or pretending hardships don't exist. It's cultivating inner resources to face whatever life throws at you with wisdom, courage, and calm. These morning affirmations are your daily training program to build that strength. You don't need to be perfect from the start. The key is persistence. Begin with the affirmation that hits you hardest and gradually weave in the others. The goal isn't to become a Stoic philosopher overnight, but to grow tougher, more intentional, and in command of your experience each day. Your mornings shape your days. Your days shape your life. And your life shapes the legacy you leave. Make them matter. If this message moves you, hit like. Share it with someone who needs it. Comment with your favorite morning affirmation and subscribe for more life-changing wisdom. Your future self will thank you for what you invest in your mornings today.